Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the next lecture in which we would be discussing keywords, operator and operands and input and output related to Python. And I would like to say if you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe the content and also the channel, and please promote us because this really inspires us and also gives us a lot of motivation to do stuff. Okay, so let's get started. First, we would be discussing keywords. So, what are keywords? Basically, keywords are some of the reserved words of any programming language. Okay, basically every programming language has certain set of keywords which you can't use as a variable or which you can't reassign because that variables already have certain significance for that programming language. Okay, now there are also certain sets in Python, example and, del, from, not, while, because these are having certain set of significance linked to it. Okay, because why? While is used for looping. Okay, for is used for looping. Okay, and if is used for a conditional statement. Okay, so you can't reassign them. That's why they are called keywords that are used in this Python. Okay, so this is all about the keywords, and let's get to the definition. The keywords are used to give some special meaning to the interpreter and are used by Python to recognize the structure of the program. Okay, because basically these keywords helps you to define a particular structure, because you will end up writing whichever program you will write, you will end up writing certain set of conditional statements, certain loopings in them. Okay, now how would Python would recognize what you have written? Okay, for that the Python needs certain set of words which is pre-coded in it. Okay, and these words are the keywords. Okay, by that it helps Python interpreter to understand the structure of the program. Okay, now next is the operator and the operands. Okay, whatever operation you perform, because if you would be writing a program, certainly you would be performing certain set of operation on certain set of data. Okay, this is something that you have to do. Okay, for that you would be needing certain operators and certain operands. So operands are the variables or the values on which the operations are performed by using the operators. Okay, I will repeat myself. The operands are the variable or the values on which the operations which you would like to perform, so suppose sum or multiplication or comparison or anything, so these operations are performed using operators. Okay, now for that, now these operations are further categorized into various categories like the mathematical operations, okay, the relational operations, the logical operations and the assignment operations. Okay, so basically these operations are performed by you by using these operators like plus, minus, into, divide, take power. Double asterisk is basically what? It's basically power. Like suppose if you write 2 double asterisk 3, so that would become 8. Okay, 2 to the power of 3. Okay, similarly double divide actually extracts the integer value from that division. Okay, so we will get to this once we write program and once we get to the exercises. For now, just focus on the theory as to why the operators and the operands are used and what are their significance. Okay, and always remember these are the basic operations that are performed in any programming language. Okay, it does, its scope doesn't restrict to the Python. Whichever programming language you will take, these certain set of values are always used. Okay, these certain set of operations are always performed. Okay, so now getting over to the input and the output. Okay, now if you're having a programming language and you need to write a program, the program needs to be interactive at some point. Okay, because you would be taking certain set of input from the users and you would be providing certain set of output to the users. Okay, like suppose you take input, like suppose you display a method, a sentence like enter the radius. Okay, and you give as an output the radius of the area of a circle. Okay, so this is basically an input output stream that you perform with the user, and this makes the functions or the programs more interactive. Okay, so now getting over to the definition. Program needs to interact with the end user to accomplish a desired task. Okay, because why it needs to interact with the user? Because user can perform any number of actions. Okay, like suppose if like you all have used, I suppose you all have used the apps like Zomato or Swiggy or anything, or even the Big Basket. These are basically the apps used to buy the groceries or the daily stuff that you use in the household. Okay, in that a user can add any item to the cart. Okay, it is not, he is not restricted, and if those items are out of stock, he can also remove them. Okay, he can add a bunch of them. Okay, so all these inputs are decided by the users. Okay, because the user gives them. Okay, now for taking these inputs, the program must be interactive. Okay, it must provide an option, because user can, it's not a single path that user can take multiple paths. He can end up buying potatoes, he can end up buying lentils, he can end up buying breads. Okay, so all these conditions are taken care by the program, and these are taken as an input from the users. Now for this, there is an input output mechanism that is used in Python. Now we will be discussing that. Now for taking the inputs, there are two methods, the raw input and the input. Now if you are using Python 2.7 or earlier, you can use raw input, because till then the input wasn't used. Okay, but from the Python 3 and X, like 3 and above 3, input is used just as a singular function to take the input, and then the programmer can change that input in his desired category or data type. Okay, basically if you want to take input, if you want to take an input which is a number, okay, then you take the input, and what these function actually return is the raw input will return the data with the type. Like suppose if you put 1, like if you use raw input and you put a sentence in it, like enter a number, and suppose the user puts 1 in the input. Okay, then raw input will give you an integer 1. Okay, but if the same message is put in the input function, then even if the user presses 1, you will get 1 as a string and not as an integer. Okay, so input has the return type of string, and raw input actually returns the data type of the input. Okay, the data type most significant with the input. Okay, so later on we will be using only the inputs, and suppose if you need 1, okay, then you take input 1 as a string and then you change that into int. Okay, I hope this is clear. If it is not clear, don't worry, just ask me in the comment section. I will re-explain you there and then and there. Okay, now we will see the examples. Now suppose X raw input, enter your name. Okay, now what it will display is, it will display enter your name, and here the user has put ABC. Okay, now it's simple. You have taken, now this ABC value is assigned to X. Okay, now similarly if we take a variable Y and we take raw input, okay, and raw input enter your roll number. Okay, now this roll number needs to be changed into int. Okay, so raw input will take the roll number, and int will change that entire input into integer value. Okay, so this will convert the accepted string into integer before assigning to Y. Okay, so I hope the above explanation which I gave was quite clear. Okay, now similarly other examples are given. Now here we conclude the input part. Okay, now coming over to the output part. Now output part is linked with how you display a particular set of values. Okay, now for that you need to give the print statement. Okay, now the print statement is used to display the results. Now you have taken the input and you have calculated and performed all the operations. Now you have to give the output to the user. Okay, now for that you need to use the print statement. Now print statement, after print, if you write any message, it will be displayed as it is. Okay, now print statement in itself has certain set of characteristics and certain set of parameters. Of course it prints the string that is passed in it, but it can also do multiple other stuff which I will be discussing in the later, when we will be performing certain operations or when we will be designing certain functions. Okay, now coming over to the comments. Okay, now comments is a very essential part of any programming language. Why? Because suppose you have written a program, okay, now today you have joined a company and you have designed a certain software and you have written a certain set of programs and it has multiple files, and you have, because each programmer has a certain way of coding, okay, you have written it in your way, okay, and suppose you haven't put the comments over each and every functions or what it is supposed to do, and suppose the next day you resign and another developer comes and he is handed over the project, okay, now when he will take your project, it already has certain set of structure to it and certain set of value to it, okay, but that programmer maybe won't be able to understand what you have written. Now for that you would need to provide comments in your programming code as to tell what this particular line is supposed to do, or what this particular function is supposed to do, what set of input or output it's supposed to give, okay, why? Because it makes the program more readable and more understandable for the other person, okay. Now let's see the definition. As the program gets bigger and bigger and more complicated, it becomes difficult to read, okay, and difficult to look at a piece of code and to make out what it is doing, okay. Now so you need to add good notes to the code while writing it, and these notes are known as comments, okay. So these notes which you put above the program or on or after the lines are basically the informative substance about that particular line or the particular function, okay. Now Python basically uses hash, okay, or triple quotes for putting these comments, okay. Now remember these two, because these would be asked, these are probably the most asked questions in the board examination, as to how you denote comments or write an example of a comment written in a Python program, okay. Now you place hash in front of each line, or you can use triple quotes to enclose your comments, okay. So this concludes our basic discussion of keywords, operator and operands, and input and output. In the next lecture, we would be discussing functions in Python, and we will go on from there. Okay. And if you have any doubt or any question regarding this lecture, or anything that you did not understand, please write me into the comment section, and I will surely get back to you. Okay. Thank you. If you liked our content, kindly like, share, and subscribe us so that we get motivated and we can provide you more informative videos on the same subject.